afternoon, Sanjeev. Great to have you here. Tell us your plans for KDEM and your partnership with TiE.
Very good afternoon. Thank you, Sandhya, for inviting me here. It's a pleasure to work and collaborate with TiE. Karnataka Digital Economy Mission, which I represent as a CEO, is an initiative of the government and the industry. It's a very different model which the state of Karnataka has put together and the industry. Nowhere else you find this type of model where the partnership is so strong that the strategy for designing the growth of digital economy in the state is being laid down by the industry, supported by the government. And then it is like a logo that we, and the motion and the mission that we work on is by the industry for the industry. So our targets are somewhere around $1 trillion digital economy for the country. We are looking at the state of Karnataka contributing around $300 billion into that. And we are ahead of this in terms of our numbers where we are progressing. Yes, there's a steep target that we have put together for us, but I believe we will be able to reach that number with a strong partnership with organizations like TiE. In this digital economy, we cover three important things. One, the IT, ITS and GCCs, which is growing in Karnataka. The second is electronic system design manufacturing. And the third is where you both of us are very, very passionate about, is startups in tech field. And how do we increase that? Our not only mission of $300 billion, our mission is also to have 5% plus GDP of our state should come from startups. So that's another target that we're having in our hand. And then we are creating a pipe which is saying that how do we create more Bangalore outside Bangalore? And from a startup perspective, we are trying to put together a model we call as democratization of entrepreneurship. So creating strengthening the existing ecosystems, or creating a much more fertile land for startups and entrepreneurs to grow their crop and be the cash cows as going forward in the economic growth of the country and for the state. So that's where the KDEM stands it, and the TiE is an institution for us, not like a individual like you, Sandhya, you represent, right? But for us, it's an institution. And I'm using this word very deliberately because institution has a very roots belonging to it. And they capture the strengths of the individuals in the ecosystem and stakeholders very nicely. They also become like a flex where they can absorb certain criticalities and certain challenges, and they can pass on the right cushion cover to the entrepreneur which is required. So institution plays a very important role. And for me, it is like three things. The TiE as a partnership with KDEM gives mentorship. TiE with KDEM gives market access to the capital and access to the market as well. So mentorship, market, and the capital, all three are coming together. Who will not like? And I'm very proud that KDEM and the TiE has a very strong bonding from day one. And it happened just because of people like you, people like Mr. Madan, who have been very actively engaged in contributing. You wear the same hat as mine, and I wear the same hat of yours. I think that's the ideal combination that we look at it.
Really well said. I have another question. You're in Singapore. You've been meeting EDB and other government officials. I know you want to set up very interesting things. In that context, what would you like to happen there? And how do you want to mine the ASEAN region, as it were, from a Karnataka KDEM perspective?
I think if you pick up the South Asia and Southeast Asia, Singapore is a jewel in Southeast Asia, and especially in the field of entrepreneurship and startups. Look at the numbers that they're projecting. I was having a meeting with EDB leadership. 660 million population, aiming for $10 trillion economy by 2030. Now, amazing numbers. India is looking at almost similar, but the population size market size will be bigger, roughly around maybe at 2 billion, right? What I'm trying to say is that both South Asia, India is a jewel, Southeast Asia, Singapore is a jewel. And in India, if someone as a state level who can stand up and give a flag of India on an entrepreneurship, it is Karnataka, right? So we pick up the larger responsibility in that. So we're thinking of how do we create a bridge between the Southeast Asia and India, which could be Singapore and Bangalore. With this bridge can move all the three things, as you said, right? As I was sharing with you, market, capital, and flow of knowledge and IPs that can come across by these two regions. And so we want to create that. And when I was having a discussion with EP, they were super excited. They were very happy to have engagement model design. And I'm expecting that very soon we'll have a very construct model coming out between both of us. We already have a Global Innovation Alliance partnership with the Singapore government. Under that banner, can we strengthen the corridor and can we facilitate this part? And in this, again, government is one body, KDEM is one organization, but the institution like TiE plays a very important role. So fortunately, we have TiE Singapore, we have TiE Bangalore, TiE Mysore, TiE Hubli, and TiE Mangalore. I think 4 chapters of this in TiE Singapore can absolutely make an amazing highway of entrepreneurship coming together and taking this $10 trillion. Imagine if the $10 trillion, 10% of this economy is done by the startups. Imagine, you're talking about a $1 trillion economy of only Southeast Asia and a $1 trillion digital economy of here. A $2 trillion economy run by startups under this corridor. Awesome vision that we can have.
That's truly a fantastic vision. So next year, Bangalore and the other locations in Karnataka will host TGS, the TiE Global Summit. Your thoughts, your vision for that?
Oh my God, this is something which is, I think both of us are visualizing it and how it look like. But for the audience which is listening to us or seeing us, I would say that Bangalore is going to be the world's largest entrepreneurship event in 2024. Wait and watch for it. 365 days from today till next is going to be like a marathon. And we will be running like a sprint in terms of this marathon sprint, and say that we need to create a stadium full of entrepreneurs. We need to invite every state of India to come down and talk about their capabilities, what they're doing, great work in terms of entrepreneurship and startup and learn. We want to invite the outside world to India and talk about the concepts that we are trying to build up, the concept that they have done so far. Can we merge them and can we learn from each other? We also want to celebrate the entrepreneurship. And in fact, the motto which all of us has come together is entrepreneurship first. The entrepreneurship first is also leading to the grassroots level. Talking about that every individual, be a man, woman, be a rural or urban, be a literate or illiterate, be a merchant store or a farmer, be a corporate one, have a right to become an entrepreneur. And that right of democratization of entrepreneurship is going to put together a very strong, deep-rooted by this entrepreneurship first event that is going to be hosted in Bangalore next year in 2024. I'm super excited. I am volunteering myself completely for this program, and I have my full confidence from my government as well. The Honorable Minister has been very excited about it. The department is very excited to partnering with that. I look forward to working very closely with all of you to make it successful. With this forum, I also invite every individual who's listening to me, don't miss it. Don't miss this event. This is going to be a life-changing event for if you are having already an entrepreneur or an investor or a stakeholder or you're aspiring to be one of them. This is going to be a game changer for you. Please watch it out and join us.
Thank you so much, Sanjeev. You heard it first here. Sanjeev is inviting you to the TGS event for next year.